Content Catchup.
All right, we're on, I think.
Friends and enemies, can you believe it? Barks, it's the end.
No, come on, we're good. I still like you.
It's the end of season 3 is what I was going to say if you let me finish. But everyone, we made it. 37,000 episodes later, the longest season 3 in history over the course of about 7 months. But this is the last one for this season. And Barks, we're going to take a bit of a different approach to this one, aren't we?
I think so. We are. We're going to, as you can see, those on YouTube, Jules has found a different location. I'm not sure why in his household, but he looks like a happy old, grandparent just sitting in the corner of a dark room.
Got my recliner set up. Here we are.
You look comfy. I'll give it to you.
Nice and comfy. No, the lovely Marnie Olsen-Young was using the study. For everyone who doesn't know, by the time you listen to this, we'll be jet setting on our way to America.
Huge news.
Huge. So, yeah, we're just getting some last minute work done. And yeah, putting in the hours. So I thought it would be the selfless thing to, come and sit here out in the comfort and let Marnes have the study. But, it's not too bad, is it, Barks?
No, it looks good. You're a good man. Are you ready for the trip? Let me ask you that.
I had a small bit of panic. Small bit of panic. So yesterday, the groom, Dave, he called me and he said, "Hey, how you going with the celebration, the ceremony?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, got all the information from you and Cara. I'll put it together on the plane, and then maybe we can get together the day before the wedding or something, and just have a talk through everything, make sure you're all okay."
The day before, it's a very last minute, Julian.
Well, you know me, I'm a bit of a day before type of person. Anyway, he messages back and he's like, "How about we have a look at that ceremony tomorrow?" And I'm like, "Fuck, I haven't written it. I haven't done anything on it."
So you stayed up last night and did it, didn't you?
Do you think I stayed up last night and did it?
Well, yes,
I do my best work under pressure. No, I did something else last night. I got up this morning, was talking to Dave at 12 o'clock, powered through it at about 10:30 with a morning coffee, got it done by 11, sent it off to him, said, "Have a read of this. We'll chat about it at 12.
And
in the words of Kanye West, I am a god. Loved it.
Hang on, settle down.
Loved it.
Legend.
Gonna be the best wedding ever. Nah, they enjoyed it. But it was a little bit of panic because I hadn't done a lot on it, and that's my own fault. But you live, you learn, Barks. You live, you learn.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I actually would love to know if there'd be a stream to this because I can't get over the news that you're actually. What's the word for it? You're celebrating. You're the celebrant. Yeah, you're celebrating.
I am the celebrant. Yep.
I cannot get past that, and I would love a YouTube link if possible. Please organize that for us.
I don't think there's going to be a YouTube link, but I will try and get some footage afterwards. And
I'm going to hire a videographer. If you're a videographer in California, if you're one in California and you want a highly paid gig, got one for you.
David Sosner. Here we are. We nearly got him, Marks. We nearly got it.
Nearly got it. Yeah. Well, so for those that know, what's the saying? If you know, you know. David Sosno, he's one of the best content creators that we've both followed for a while. Works for the Phoenix Suns, used to work for the Cleveland Cavaliers, but he was potentially going to be a guest for this season. But we'll just hang on for a bit longer.
Look, he's keen. Just the time zone didn't work out this time around. It's 17-hour difference between here and Arizona.
Yeah, we're talking about that. That's tough.
Yeah. And it's kind of on me because we had limited time to do it. So
it's all right.
But anyway, next time he's keen. We've got the thing. Barks, how are you 1 week post surgery? How's everything going?
Yeah, it's going well. Look, I was told during the week from my physio that this knee, actually, YouTubers, I'll just bring it up into shot. Just don't want to hurt it too much. But this bad boy is one of the best ACLs this physio has seen a week in. So I don't know what to say, but I'll be playing basketball soon. Yeah.
You just missed out on the draft, but it's a warning for the jack jumpers, isn't it?
It is.
You'll be
Yeah.
ready.
Well, the jack jumpers didn't get back to me, but no, in all honesty, it's actually going. It's going pretty well. Been told to stay at home this week, but hopefully after this week, might get back into the swing of things. But yeah, it's all right. I'm all right, thanks, Jules. It's going well.
That's good. I'm glad to hear. We saw you. We got to see you on Friday. You're back in the office. You're hobbling around. It was good to have you back, and I'm glad to hear that your knee will perhaps be studied by future generations for how quickly it's recovered.
I think that's a bit far, but yes, we had a staff footy game that I did not participate in because that would be a modern miracle. But it was good to see everyone, and I've survived it, so that's the positive stuff.
That is the positive.
Now, what we're doing this episode is we've got a few questions for each other. Would you like me to kick us off? You sort of phrased it like you're interviewing me. You look very serious tonight, but I've got a couple for you. And then, hey, we've got some fan questions too, which, surprise, surprise, weren't made up by us.
Great to know. Let's hit us off with a question here, Barks.
Yeah, let's go. So I want you, bit of a fun one for you, Jules. Bit of a fun little game. I want you to order the platforms that you use in order of ones that energize you compared to the ones that drain you. So I'm talking Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, so podcasts, YouTube. If you do need a minute to think, I have mine, but do you find we all go through these platforms, we all scroll a bit, but what do you get from them?
I'm gonna start off and say I don't use YouTube.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so that's you know what? Sorry, I use YouTube for like instructional videos. I don't regularly sit there and watch stuff on YouTube. I find it way too distracting. In terms of energize, or let's say entertain.
Let's start. Energize, entertain, and then down the bottom is the ones that you get off at you. Like, well, I feel like dead shit.
So entertain and energize, I'd say TikTok and Instagram are my go-tos when I feel like I need to either get some inspiration or just like mindlessly unwind, which can be energizing for me, like unwinding. I go for those two. I'd say they're my favorite. Twitter, I think, falls into the category of either energizing or me just throwing my phone through a window and wondering about the state of humanity.
What? Because the idiots on it.
Yeah. There's no in between Twitter for me. And then Facebook's kind of nothing to me. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, so you don't have anything that you sort of do, like you don't scroll something and then you feel like drained and you're like, oh, what the hell am I doing? Because I think TikTok's a lot of that for some people.
Well, that's probably Twitter for me because
Twitter,
I'm just really reading people's opinions here. I'm not really like I feel I enjoy it and I do it, but then sometimes you just like, I'm just so angry for no reason. And I wasn't angry before this.
Yeah. I don't find that with
Twitter.
I think, yeah, I do get that though, because people sort of say Twitter's the platform for idiots or the most idiots. Look, I'm torn. I'll start at the top with energizers and entertains. The thing that energizes me most are podcasts, I think. I love a good long car ride to work on the way from home from work or whatever. And you just get really stuck into a podcast, and whatever it might be, it might make you think of different things. So that's at the top of my list. YouTube.
Do you have to dive into that? Do you have a podcast that is a go-to?
Not one. Oh, there's a great one. Content Catchup. No, there's not one. Yeah, like a lot of the American basketball ones, but I do like the Australian, like the Dylan Friends and all those types. I actually am quite a big fan of that. YouTube, I do like YouTube. I don't find that drains me, so that's up there. I actually think the one I'm going to fight on is Instagram. Like, I think that's the one that when, say, I've posted something, I really like it because I feel like you don't get idiots. You sort of get positive engagement. But then when I'm mindlessly scrolling, that's the one I get off and feel like, what the hell am I doing with my time? Like, I just go on it too much. So that's almost down the bottom for me.
I feel like it's becoming like that Instagram. It's becoming a bit of a junk playground for everyone. to
Mm.
kind of.
But
You said something there that's
mm,
kind of interesting though. Like, do you find social media more enjoyable for the gratification you get out of using it? Like, when you post something, is that the most enjoyable part of social media for you, or is it like looking through it and finding inspiration or finding something new?
I think it depends what platform. Twitter, no. Like I love Twitter for the. I think I go to Twitter mainly for the comedy. Like there's nothing like a good NBA moment that people are just going off their nut about that all these funny takes. But then Instagram, I think Instagram I like. Yeah, like it's funny. I don't think we should word around it. We all like a bit of compliments on our work and stuff. If we're posting like how I post things, because I post a lot of my work in terms of freelance or Carlton and that sort of wanting to get people's feedback. But yeah, I think it depends on the platform. Instagram probably,
Yeah, fair
but
enough.
then Instagram's also a favorite just to see what the hell people are doing. Like that's the
Yeah,
one that would get me the most creatively inspired as well as. Well, that's what I mean. Instagram is both. I don't know where to put Instagram.
they really kind of like nailed the market once they started using stories. Like once stories became such a big part of the platform, didn't they? Because it gave you that like immediate, oh, what are people doing? Where are they? But it
Yeah.
also gave you the chance to kind of like still have that really creative content,
Mm,
whether it be brands or people that you follow. Bit of a
yeah,
mixed bag.
I agree.
Hmm.
Yeah, interesting point of discussion. The second one is if I did word you up before this because I didn't want to put you on the spot. Do you have any favorite Australian content creators at the moment?
You did weird me up, but about 2 minutes before the show
20,
started. Yeah,
20.
20. That's true. And I was panicking about something else. Um,
They can be team. They could be teams if you don't have
yeah.
individuals. Like,
Look, there's a couple of pages I'd say that I really like. And the one that sticks out the most, not just in terms of what they share, but like what they're doing, is that Sports Design Australia, I
oh
think it's called.
yeah, I like them. Yeah.
Um, I find that one of my favorite accounts on Instagram to follow. And I
So
think
for those
the
that don't
weekly
follow it,
chat,
what are they?
yeah.
Oh, tell us
So
what they are.
it basically goes around Australian sports design specifically, and finds examples of good work and shares them. But the cool thing that they've done recently is they set like a weekly challenge for designers. So they'll do like, this week was Origin. So they're like, oh, we want to see the 5 best Origin graphics. Here are 5 players we'd like to see use, or the theme that we want to follow within this. And then share your work. So they do that. And then they also have done this really cool thing, which is like rebrand your favorite sports team,
Yeah, I've seen that.
and set the challenge to do that. I find that really cool, and quite a good follow. And I also think they also find designers work for like freelance kind of stuff. So again, a pretty cool side of that. The other one, and I'm not just saying this because they're a beloved follower of the show, but Casey Sims continues to amaze
Yeah,
me.
yeah. I had her down too. Like I just love like I have no sort of knowledge or I'll be honest, too much of an interest in athletics, but I just love what she's doing in this space.
Just like so much and so consistent. Like I think that's the one thing that we preach of, like, and we don't even practice it that often, but like
It's hard, yeah.
consistency is like one of the hardest things to do. Um, and for someone who's a part-time photographer, um, like,
It's a
yeah,
great point.
the content that comes out is so cool. You're right. Even if you have no idea what athletics like is or anything, it keeps you engaged. And it probably like pulls to a point of what we were talking about a few weeks ago, where it's like, well, is Instagram dead for photographers? And the answer is no. It's just um,
Mm,
changing slightly.
yeah.
But did you have any? Guessing you have a few listed down.
Yeah, I did. But just on Casey, I think what's really worked with her favor and what she does well is like it's almost like a I don't know if calling it a niche area sounds like it's discrediting like what the
Mm.
sport. Oh,
Well,
can you?
you're right. Yeah, you just dropped out for a bit.
Oh, hang
You're
on, my
back.
computer.
Are you?
Oh, the fucking thing's just stopped. The I don't know what happened. What's it called? Audition. But Zoom should cover it.
Yeah, we should be fine with Zoom.
All right.
You've got your microphone linked to Zoom, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Yeah. All right, hang on. What was I saying? Oh, Casey.
Casey.
Yeah, what? Yeah, I don't know if it's rude to call the sport niche, but you just know that athletics is Casey Sims, or in my book anyway. Like I'm sure there's plenty of others there, but it just feels like she's totally owned the space. And is it a good example of how to do it?
That's such a good point. It's like when you think of football, I mean, at least in our circles, and maybe it's because we don't know as many athletics things, but I don't want to take that away from Casey because I think she is the person that's most prominent at the moment. But like football, you think of Michael Wilson. I'm sure there's someone who's equivalent for soccer.
Michael Barker.
Basketball, you think of Darren Barker. Like, there's certain people that you just associate with all those kinds of things. So it's a credit to her and everything that all the hard work she's put in to get to that point, I think.
Yeah. Onto mine. There's actually one that I've absolutely loved over the last 6 months. His name's Sam Tolhurst. I think it's at Tollywood on Instagram. He's yeah, have a look, Jules. Have a look while I'm talking. I think he's don't know if he's full time or part time for the Sydney Kings basketball, but he does a lot of it seems like he does a bit of freelance stuff as well. And like everything he produces, bit of photography, video work. He's a bit of an all-rounder. And also puts his stuff out there a lot. And I think he has such an incredible high standard of work across both those two, photography and videography. So Sam tops the list for me. Two other names, Tim Cossins. I'm not sure I've got the last name pronunciation right, but he's from New Zealand. He's in the rugby scene and a bit of freelance as well.
Hang on. You said Australian.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no, hang on. So I think he's in Australia now doing freelance stuff for
all right.
State of Origin. I think he is actually.
Good one. Good save.
Tim Cossins. Sorry, last name. And then another one in Perth, Ian Yong is another one I followed for a while. So they're three names that I think they all do freelance stuff, but Sam Tolhurst, ding, 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 he tops on number one lately. You check him out?
That's underscore Tollywood for anyone looking. The surfing pictures are really cool.
Yeah. Seems to do a bit of like side personal projects, whether it be a surfer or a story of something nothing to do with sport. So he does a bit of variety, but they're my ones.
Yeah, these are great snaps and great content. Really aesthetically pleasing.
Aesthetically. Hey, fun. I missed a fun fact at the start of the show, thanks to Casey. Did you know redheads need more anesthetic than everyone else?
There you go. The more you know.
Is that not funny? I think that's really interesting. I thought she was joking when she told me, but
no, that's good. That's a good little fact.
Something to do with their genes, yeah. Bit of trivia.
Yeah, but you wouldn't wear jeans in surgery, would you?
Shut up. Don't ruin my fun fact. We should have a fun fact segment.
All right. I've got questions for you. Now, that's enough out of you. I don't care if you've got any more.
No, that's it. Look at the run sheet.
My run sheet's here, mate. I can't see my
He's got a note. He's got a physical notebook.
I do. That's how organized I am. Here's one for you. How have you found your inspiration this football season? Like, how have you changed it up? Have you done anything to get a little bit more?
Definitely haven't changed anything. I don't know. I might go back to what we were talking about before. Podcasts are a big one for me, but not just listening to sports. I think maybe trying to take things from non-sport ways of thought. Like I don't really have any examples for you, but I think I've been very all I do or all I listen to has something to do with sports. So trying to listen to whether it might be a guest on a podcast that I listen to that isn't an athlete, trying to find things from different avenues that way, which is a bit broad, but that's one way. Yeah,
I like it. At least you I think the important thing there is that you're considering, and it's for everyone. consider new ways to find inspiration, or like within what you normally do. So you might not go out and do anything different, but you might start paying attention to something a little bit more, or
Mm. I
just consider what you're listening to.
I got to admit, one other way that I always tell myself I need to do is just this ends just real like touch with nature, but getting outside and just not thinking about not thinking about creative or being creative helps so
Yeah,
much with being creative. But everybody knows that it's just a matter of doing it. I think.
I think that's another good point. Like, especially in our jobs, you do it pretty well. I think we've touched on this, but you shut off from your phone, you put it away. It can often be a good distraction, but it's also sometimes a damaging distraction for creativity.
Have you found anything new that's helped you?
I haven't found anything new aside from just getting out and doing a little bit more, like trying a few new things this year. Getting some time back on weekends, I've found has really helped. Like actually, sorry, excuse me, not going to the footy as much as part of a job, like having that break, I've found has kind of really reinvigorated a bit of creativity. I think also just listening to people more and just building on what helping them develop their ideas has kind of inspired a bit of creativity.
Do you think having a hobby away from sport is a big thing? Like we talk about, remember we've talked about like Darcy Vesio having art and graphic design on the way. Like, do you think that relates to like what we do?
Yeah, I think so as well, because it's all about, like, as wanky as it sounds, I feel like creativity is about experience and like the experiences you draw. So if you're just going in and doing the same thing over and over again, like get up, go to work, get up, go to work, your creativity is going to be limited.
Hard.
If you go out and like you're Das, or even like you who plays basketball, or sorry, that wasn't meant to be like a play. When you were playing basketball, like you were meeting people who don't have the same like day to day as you, talking to them, seeing things around the court that, you know, might have brought something that you think as a player, like what's this, what's that, like how can I work that into my work, stuff like that. I think yeah, you can't speak highly enough of having a hobby outside of your kind of job, or even your and don't say you can't call me that, you can't say that, and don't call me that.
Say that. What would be the closest thing you've got that's not sport or content related? Riding a bike?
It does help, but running, I mean it is a sport, but like you don't think of anything else except running when you're running.
True. I'm just trying to think if I've got anything like that. I feel like everything I do is related to sport or content.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm talking like cooking or something like that that's nothing to do with anything.
I mean, it doesn't have to be nothing to do with anything. Like you did content, but you do different types of content.
No, but I'm saying I think there's something in that if you've got nothing to do with what you spend so much of your time doing, I think that would help a lot.
I think it can be as simple as just watching TV as well, like watching a news show. That can
true. Really immersing yourself in the characters.
Exactly. Another one, I think I want to hear your opinion. What's one trend that you think we've already seen too much of this year?
Yeah, Jules, I reckon I've got one. I reckon I'm getting it. I don't know if you classify it as a trend, but I think I'm getting bored of live tweeting. I think there's too many people.
Bored. I feel like you've been saying this for a long time.
Well, I'm sick of the professional sort of score update. Like I don't know if it's a trend, but I'm still sick of it. Nobody does it. We always highlight the people that do it well, which means every other team that's doing it is not doing it well. It's boring. Yeah, that's it.
So I was expecting bigger things from you. Expecting bigger things from you.
Well, give me what your thoughts are.
Right, here we are. Here's my list of things I don't want to see again in 2022. Number one.
Got a big scroll.
Designers. Blurry objects.
Well, they need jobs, all right.
Shut up. blurry objects in and out of perspective in your graphics. Sick of it.
Blurry. What do you mean?
Blurry objects in and out of focus and different perspectives in your graphics. Look at any sports design piece at the moment and you'll see. This is not an attack on anyone. I understand
Like
trends.
Essendon.
I know that people like Essendon. Which leads me to point number 2.
Oh, I think I know what you mean. Purely based on Essendon. This isn't meant to be a shot at Essendon.
Videographers / photographers. Bursts instead of videos.
Oh, no way.
Nah, fuck them off.
Wh-
Had enough.
Why?
Had enough.
What about
Had
what
enough.
about it? See, you've had more time to think about this. I gave you a heads up on content creators. You should have done the same to me.
Nah.
So,
Had
can
enough.
I ask why? What about posting a burst of a play instead of a video?
Take the video. Just drop the frame rate. We don't need to sit there and have 3 photos out of focus, which ruin the whole thing. There's effects.
No,
for
I
that.
disagree.
Thank you. That's my point. We're talking about what I don't want to see. We're not talking about what you want
That's
to see. You had
fair.
your chance. You fucked
That's
it up.
fair. Correct.
Third one, and this will be the third and last one. Athletes having podcasts where they have absolutely nothing to talk about.
Do we need an example there? No, you don't need to.
I'm not going to name and shame anyone, but I think like if you're an athlete, number one, you don't need a podcast. Number two, if you are going to have one, make it relevant. Too many podcasts at the moment. Too many.
What if what do they say? Your first 5 to 10 episodes should be shit and you should be embarrassed of them. What if it's in the first 10 episodes? And they're finding their feet out there.
Nah, too many.
No, if they want that outlet, they've got to learn. It's like any skill. They're going to start off pretty average at it.
I'm going to extend that to brands or like betting brands making podcasts with old sports people and thinking they've got a unique point of difference. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't want to hear anything from Dane Swan and Scotty Cummings. Like, that's it's fucking 2 deadbeats that I couldn't give a shit about. Or the Brownie and Macca one or whatever that the Herald Sun's got. Like, again, you're on enough TV shows. Piss off.
I don't mind that one. What I do like is this rampage that you're going on. You're not even letting it open for discussion for me. You're just giving it to me. I don't mind it. We should make it like a bit of an Angry Jules segment.
Angry Jules. I could have one every week. I'm gonna throw a bonus one in there. Another one for designers. Gradients. Blurry gradients.
Oh, yeah. Gradients look. I don't care how you do a gradient. Agree.
Goodbye.
It's no place.
And that's my trends I don't want to see any more of in 2022.
Well done. I think that deserves its own sting.
Hey, should we go to our fan questions?
Yeah, we should. Let's do it. Edwin. We don't need to put names to this. Your takes on sports accounts being slashy/aggressive versus keeping it strictly professional.
Did you say slashy/slashy?
Did I say sassy/slashy aggressive?
You said slashy aggressive.
That sounds cool. So, what are your takes on sports accounts being sassy/aggressive versus keeping it strictly professional?
Do you want to go first, or should I kick it off?
Yeah, I know I can go first. I think it's all situational. Like I don't know if there's an answer for one or the other. Like if you're talking live tweeting, I've already given it to you. I'm sick of the professional approach. And if you're just tweeting professional tweets with score updates and what's happening in the game, we can just turn on the TV. I don't think you should be tweeting.
No, I agree. I think.
Yeah, go on.
I think what you said there is situational is totally correct. Like,
if it's, I mean, this isn't just limited to Twitter though. It's also platformal, like situational, but platformal.
Platformal. Here's a counter to this. Imagine if we stopped seeing like brands and and sports teams and accounts trying to be sassy because it's so overdone, and they go the opposite direction and they just go completely formal.
Well, half of them
Like
do.
ye olde English,
That'd be fun.
Shakespearean tweets. That's what I want to see.
Hey,
I think
trends we want to get rid of. I'm sick of seeing final scores with the word final and score. Why do we need losing score graphics? Anyway,
just put them up on the story. We've talked about that before. I don't know why it has to go in the anyway.
So anyway, this question, we're not really giving a straight answer because it's hard to. It's situational, it's platform based, and it's probably comes down to a wider team brand, right?
Yeah, I think it comes down to your supporters as well. Like, are they going to engage well with it or not? Like, we'd all love to just have fun and be sassy, but is that what the fans want? Or do they want a mixture of both? Or like, do they want anything? Like,
there's so many different fans though. Like it's not, you're going to have both no matter what, I think.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I don't know.
Hope you enjoyed that answer, Edwin. Gave you absolute shit all.
Edwin, yeah, thanks. Yeah.
This is, I don't know if we've got an answer for this. What is your favorite piece of content from this season?
That's a good question.
It's a bloody hard question. Let's just go through the back of all our run sheets. What's something we've talked about that we've both absolutely loved? Nothing. I think that's a hard question to answer because there's just so much out there. What about,
we do watch a lot.
Let's widen it. Is there's been something we've seen people do more of this season, or like not trends, but like what's an example? Like if we saw a lot more of
okay, here it is. I think we've seen a bit of a return to longer form pieces of like documentary kind of episodical content, you know? Like we're seeing more sports teams at least put the effort into like telling a story from A to B.
Is it really hard to see how much they're worth it? Like, is it hard to tell?
I think like it's almost what's the word? Like how do I describe this? Like, you know, when someone tells you need to do something, it's a rebellion. Sorry, it's like a bit of a rebellious activity from content producers because they know how valuable short form content is. But like, how many 15-second videos can you make?
Yeah, it's like we're sticking to what we like,
or we're just gonna like make an effort to make it good, you know?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's probably one thing. But otherwise, favorite bit of content, like I couldn't give you an answer because I think I've enjoyed so much this year that I can't pinpoint one. And I know that sounds like a cop out, but seeing more and more like good shit regularly.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. I'm not going to pretend to have one thing that stood out. So sorry. What's one sport, Jules, that you'd love to take the reins of their Twitter for one game?
Oh, ice hockey.
Ice hockey.
Yeah, I'd love to do a game of ice hockey. It's just so much.
Would you just go rogue?
Oh, I'd be so rogue. I'd be ridiculously rogue. What about you? What would you go?
I'm just trying to think of something abnormal for me. Like I think I would.
If you were taking the control of Twitter, there wouldn't be anything up there, would there?
I'd love to be given full reign of any big sporting team. I don't care what it is, to just not tweet anything. The challenge is to not tweet anything about the actual game. So it's all about what people don't see and what the broadcast isn't seeing. Or
I thought you meant just like completely irrelevant stuff to like useless facts.
The whole point the whole point is to not broadcast the game and just talk about what people don't see and engage with the fans. So to have a discussion with the fans, almost like a live chat.
Okay.
If you give me a sport, I think it needs to be a very big team though. I think it needs to be Oh, we don't need to go AFL.
Brazilian soccer.
Like a massive soccer. Yeah, soccer. No, but yeah, I'm just trying. I think I don't need to know about soccer, right? I'm not tweeting about the game.
Yeah.
All
Manchester
right,
United.
West Ham. That's
There's
my
one.
favorite team.
West Ham.
Yeah, all right, we'll go Manchester United.
There you go. That'd be interesting. I'd love to see you tweet a game of soccer. I'd love to see you
Thank
watch
you.
a game of soccer.
I wouldn't. Definitely would not. All right, Jules. What else we got? I did have an egg. We've actually got a self egg each, don't we?
Yeah, we
A
do
week.
have a self egg each.
Go on, egg yourself.
Yeah, I'll egg myself. So it's been a bit manic the last couple of days, last couple of weeks, the lead up to this trip. And then I'm recording another podcast, Marcus. I'm not cheating on you. We're doing a great one that'll be coming out in the next couple of days for our fans who might have heard of Carlton Respects. We're doing a really cool podcast. Not to plug our own work, but it is a good one. But anyway, we've been recording that. And I had the narrator Turang Chula come in to record his voiceover for the podcast. So he came in on Saturday, a good man, outside of hours, and we did all 3 episode narrations. Went to start cutting up the audio, and wasn't there, Barks. Wasn't there.
So you didn't copy it over successfully?
It just it disappeared. Don't know where it's gone. All the backups that Adobe created, all gone. All gone. I watched the thing recorded in front of my eyes, and then it was all gone. So
I'm worried about your filing system.
No. It wasn't my filing system. It was the file itself. It just completely disappeared. Something happened, and it was all gone.
But you said you started to cut it up, so it was there.
Yeah. So like 12 minutes of it was there, and then the rest was gone.
Oh God, that's frustrating.
Yeah. So had to get Turang back
heartbreaking.
in on Sunday. Felt like a big egg. Was a big egg. Yeah.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah. What's yours?
Well, you sound really flat. Mine's cooking, Jules. I'm a pretty good cook. No, I don't do a lot of cooking, but maybe it's something I should actually try to learn. It goes back to what we were saying before. But so, set the picture. Saturday night, Elise sort of says, "Oh, what do I want for dinner?" And popcorn chicken. She makes it from scratch. It's one of the best meals going around, and it takes a fair bit of effort in the kitchen though. So, because she makes it from scratch, it takes a whole lot of stuff that I don't really know what's going on, but it tastes delicious. Anyway, so she's spending about, I don't know, an hour or so in the kitchen beforehand getting it ready, and I hear all the noises and everything going on in there while I'm just off doing my own thing. And I come in for about 30 seconds to start washing dishes because it's a bit of a mess in there. And then within 10 seconds of stepping in there, I'm going to say the fry pan was way too close to the edge of the stove, but I managed to literally whack the fry pan off the stove with about 8 to 10 pieces of beautifully half cooked at this point popcorn chicken. Piffs all across the kitchen floor. Fry pan is dinted now. Her favorite fry pan.
Stop it.
And the good news is though, I'm reversing it to a boss because you have never seen me move so quickly with one ACL. Haven't seen me move as fast with fucking. Why can't I speak sometimes?
I haven't seen you move this fast. I haven't seen you complete a whole sentence.
Haven't seen me move this fast with just one ACL. And I managed to scramble and get all of them beautifully back on the pan with a few hairs, but it tasted beautiful. So it's a bit of a egg boss.
Oh boy, hairy popcorn chicken. That's what we all love, isn't it?
Flavor.
I've got a boss myself. And is bossing myself because I don't know, Barks, if you saw my performance in the staff footy game the other day.
I took notes for that. I took a match report, so yeah, I did see it.
You didn't do me justice. I thought I was close to best on ground.
I couldn't see you out there.
Yeah, you could because you made note of my messy hair ponytail.
True, that's dangerous. Anyway, what do you think you got out there? I saw one goal.
It
wasn't even a goal, actually.
It was a goal.
No, Gav got it on the line.
Nah. Gav was on my team. Didn't touch it. Goal for me.
Hey, All right, so you're bossing yourself. Can I go back to the eggs? Do you think the media's, AFL Shea Bolton ball
Oh,
fake? Do
yeah,
we
loved
do
it.
we carry
Rated
on
it.
way too much about? Yeah, God, I just think we just
Carry
carry
on
on
way
too
too
much
much.
about it. I don't
Just
even
get
want to
over
talk
with.
about it.
Get over it. Like
Get over it.
he was in a position to do it. Like fuck it, bit of
People
fun.
take it so personally.
Yeah.
Boss of the. I
Would-
wanted to give a quick boss. Sorry, I'm jumping back and forth here, but Elise's friend Rach name dropped our podcast in a dating profile. I mean, in a dating app conversation. How
Ooh.
boss is that?
Okay. Can you give us a bit of
So
context?
yeah, context is that the guy she was talking to was an NBA fan, and then Rach messaged Elise asking me what to respond to it. So it sounds like she's a big basketball fan, and it worked perfectly for about 3 or 4 messages, and then it got a bit too deep. Like I was getting too into the discussion, and then Rach decided to own up, and she just said, "Oh, sorry. I actually know nothing about basketball. I've just been listening to this great podcast called The Content Catchup. That is where I heard it from. So big boss there."
And then old mate will listen to the podcast and he'll be like, "Oh, you guys don't actually talk about
It's
basketball."
nothing to do with it.
Michael Barker. I think we've been talking a lot now. Yeah, we've got
Mm.
to do some goodbyes. Let's play some sad somber music under this.
No, I just wanted to say while we're live on air that you have yourself a terrific trip. Really look after yourself. How can I contact you? WhatsApp, Instagram?
You can try not to, definitely not Microsoft Teams, because I'm actually going to delete that off my phone.
Okay, I
I
might,
don't want anyone
email
to
you.
talk to. Yeah,
Email
just,
you daily updates.
That should be fun. If anyone here is an American listener by any chance and are going to be around somewhere and want to catch
Nick
up
Bollock.
or have a chat, yeah, Nick, if you're going to be anywhere that's not Carolina, yeah, that'd be great.
Dude, David wasn't alive. You too,
Oh,
and I'll jump on
I
Zoom.
asked him if he was going to be around the East Coast, but he's in Phoenix, so bit hard. But anyway, no, look, Bucks, it's been a pleasure bringing season 3 to the fans with you. Can't wait for season 4.
Bring it on, baby. Let's adjust it. Let's change whatever the hell we want.
Change a few things up, and just be fun. We'll be back with a few new ideas and a few new talking points. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. You keep saying studio. There's no studio. There's no studio coming, unless there is. Thanks for everyone for tuning in regularly. We hope you've enjoyed this season. It's our pleasure to bring you the show every week, and we know that it's sometimes a bit of a big listen, so we appreciate every minute that you put into it. Barks, have anything you want to say?
Nah, you've summed it up beautifully. Thanks for listening. Thanks for the season, and yeah, God bless. Have a good trip. Love you. See ya.
Love you too. Bye. Bye.